Hey, está. Bear with me a minute while I run through a couple of things. I'll be right with you. Istasa. Is that Charlotte? Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Should be good. That's fair enough. The app is what I'm using to see the chat, actually. Just trying to figure out how to get the chat how it was during my test streams, because it is not working great for me. There we go, that's better. Beautiful, got the chat open for myself on the... Let me just sort the mic out. Alright, that should be better. Got the chat open for myself, can see the chat. See what everybody wants to say. And while we're here, kind of quiet, moving the mic closer, is that better? Excellent. So let's get started and make a character. Flame is visible and dragon's invisible. It's about there. Put it up though. Not going to be using any amiibo because I am not getting up for that. Probably going to do the knight, but I am going to take a proper look. Controls should be fine. My boy Shiloh. Of course, Master Key. Gotta go straight. I'm gonna press the wrong button here. Gonna go straight for Havel. One thing I want to note quickly before we start: we're playing this on Switch. Dark Souls Remastered is one of the only games on the Switch that uses B as your confirm button, like every other console. And it can be kind of confusing, especially when I enter my names. Like B to edit the name, I press B to enter my name, and then we're back to the standard Switch controls. So that can be a little confusing. I'm gonna be a boar. Let's see. I have done the Wanderer in the past. The bandit might not be a bad idea actually, because it starts with high strength, which I want to do for this playthrough, and we start with the spider shield. Not messing with bows. Lagging a bit. Alright, bear with me a minute. Okay. What I'm gonna do is refresh that, close, and that, and close. Alright, hopefully that'll come better now. I don't do sorcery. Pyromancy, a lot of people go with Pyromancy because it starts at level 1. And it's the only starting class where you start at level 1. But I'm not going to do that. I don't do Faith, so it ain't going to be a Cleric. The Prime's interesting because everything starts balanced, but I don't want to deal with that shield. Start with a higher strength and dex there, but we start with a higher vitality there. I told you, I'm just a simple man. I like hitting things with my stick. Alright, we're going to go with Knight. I'm going to start with the Master Key. Let's see, how am I built? I think you'll know that I do actually have a big head. I could be very intellectual, but it's not confirmed. I'm a large man, I would say so. That guy's very jolly. The store a noble would go with. What's wrong with the male pain noise? You mean the male dying noise where it just goes, oh, whoosh. Do I want to play as Leon from Resident Evil? I don't want to play as Petros. You know what? Just for saying that, I think we'll stick as a male. Yeah, let's do Leon from Resident Evil. Like, specifically RE4. Here we go. Now, I have heard some talk about the sound being fairly... Hey, Joe. About the sound being kind of compressed in this, and it being noticeable.
A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire.
You see, Joe, in Resident Evil 4, it was actually Paul Mercier, not Matthew Mercer.
Disparity. Heat and cold. Life and death, and of course, light and dark.
This cutscene is so rad.
From the dark, they came and found the souls
So,
of
Joe, I don't know if I
and
mentioned it to you, but I am
fled.
actually playing the Switch version of this. just be a little bit different. Nito's design is so cool.
Nito,
It's ridiculous.
the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights.
Gwyn, even when he got even when he got his Lord Soul, was still really bloody old.
Forgotten.
Well, it's playing this docked. This is running at 1080p.
Of lords, they challenge the dragons.
But the Switch is capped at 30 FPS, unlike the other remastered versions, which will go to 60, but have been known to be inconsistent with it.
Witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
I always thought Seath looked really cool in this cutscene, but then you actually meet him in game and he looks stupid.
Thus
Stream keeps
began
crashing, Joe. Is it ever any trouble for you, Charlotte, or is it fine for you? Damn it, so it's my end.
But soon
Yeah, alright. Bear with me a minute.
flames will fade, and only dark will remain.
Okay, we should be coming through a little bit better. Oh, no, there it goes.
Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Alright, now that cutscene's done with, I'll see about messing with it. The big issue with streaming through console like this, through the capture card, is that I don't get much indication of the quality of the stream on how it's doing. So I rely pretty much entirely on my viewers for that.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that is
The dark
compressed.
sign brands the undead.
You guys noticed that? The immediate shift in the
And
quality
in
of the
this
voice
land,
from the cutscene to the game?
the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Yeah, that's not just your TV or your speakers there, Charlotte. It is actually confirmed that like a lot of the sounds are heavily compressed in the Switch version for some reason. Give it about an hour, I shouldn't really notice it. Alright, now that the cutscenes have ended, what I'm going to do is gonna cut and restart the stream and see what we can do about that. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Hopefully it's running a little better now. Let's grab the cell key. This is gonna keep screwing me, I can feel it. Right, we're coming back through, guys? Excellent, good to see. So yeah, Dark Souls on Switch controls with the same controls as Dark Souls does on every other system, but I'm used to every other port of a game on Switch. Oh, I'm doing the fat roll. Like every other port of games on the Switch. Being adjusted so that it's a Nintendo system, so A is where B is on the Xbox, and B is where A is on the Xbox. You play Skyrim, that's changed. You play Diablo, that's changed. Yeah, fat rolling for life, boys. And also girl. And we actually just recently upgraded to a version. It was finally installed in our area. Oh, that is compressed. I can feel that through my headphones. I'm undecided on whether I'm going to come back and kill you. Oh, hello. I almost missed you. Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm running at 2 megabits a second for the upload. So it's what I've got the best results out of so far. Yeah, I know, I will end up having to come back and deal with that guy. It's just such a pain. It's awful. It's awful, boss. And his AoE is... Ugh. At the very least, I'm going to come back and kill the Black Knights. Yeah. Through my test streams, there was a couple of issues. Been test streaming for most of the week. There's been a couple of issues with lag. Not sure exactly what has been causing it, but as the stream has gone on, it's kind of stabilised and gotten better. So we might have a bit of trouble through the Undead Asylum, but hopefully by the time we get to the Undeadburg, we'll have stabilised and we'll be fine. Joe, this is a strength run. We are not using the Uchi. Uchi's a dex weapon. Don't take his side on the Uchi. Yeah, I would love to get the an Ethernet cable through here. It wouldn't need to go into the Switch, actually. Wouldn't need to go into the Switch. It would actually need to go into the computer, into my laptop, because that's where the streaming's actually coming from. Well, see ya. Ooh. Come on, do not die to the Asylum Demon. Jeez. Come on, you know me, I'm a simple man. I hit things with my simple big stick. The bigger the stick, the better. You know what, I should sit at there and refill because I don't have any Estus yet. He's talking about it was all skill. Press that wrong button again. It's going to keep happening. You wouldn't think it'd mess with me like this because I was playing this on PS4 the other day, running through Anor Londo. And the controls on the PS4 are exactly the same, I'm just using a different controller. Don't start talking to me about a Chaos Spy. We're not even there yet, give me a minute. Let's get a feel for this bad boy. It's not too bad. The PS4 is the frame rate does go higher, although I think it's a little less consistent. It can do 60 FPS, but it's not entirely consistent with it. Digital Foundry did their analysis on... Yeah, I want this guy dead, just so I don't have to watch my back. Digital Foundry did an analysis on the whole thing. Let's just stop embarrassing myself like that. Digital Foundry did an analysis on the remaster when it came out, and none of the console versions maintain 60 FPS.
Then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch.
Alright, wait till later when we get to some of the bigger enemies and I start parrying more consistently. I tell you, I can parry Silver Knights consistently regardless of their weapon.
Pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringest the bell of awakening.
No, interestingly enough, Blighttown's one of the most consistent areas in the remaster.
Well, now you
I'm guessing that's where like most of the focus went on it.
With hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead.
Oh, I was speaking to you about names that aren't mentioned in game before, Charlotte. This is one of the best examples of that. This character is called Oscar, but he's never mentioned in game.
So go now, and thank you.
Farewell, Oscar. Rest in peace, friend. It plays much the same way on the PS3 in Blighttown. That is also really, really bad. I think at this point the best version of Dark Souls to play is the original PC version, but if it's modded. Because it runs terribly on the original PC. It's a very sloppy port. But if you mod it, it is the best version. The remaster on PC has some nicer visual effects, but it's more GPU intensive. Don't worry, I'll give Oscar his... I'll give Oscar the respect he's due when we see him again. So we'll be doing that before we head into the depths, actually. Forgot about you. Oh wow, there's a blood stain there. Didn't expect that. Backstabs come later, Joseph. I'll tell you now, we're going to be killing that first Black Knight. Fire bombs, not so much, no. Let's two-hand this sucker. I love that. Like, when you actually get it right, that is awesome. Shield didn't come up in time. I didn't put my shield off my back, is the problem. Still got that fat roll. do this. Come on. I'm surprised that didn't actually hit me in any way. That was close, I got greedy there. Bada bing, bada boom. First challenge down. Thank you, I'll be here all night. Performing more amazing feats. Tell you what, I really want that Havel's ring so I can lose this fat roll. Look at that matte painting.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage.
Yeah, you might be looking forward to them, I'm not.
To the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
I have no strategy for Ornstein and Smo beyond summon Slayer and pray. Well, you know, I appreciate your vote of confidence. Thank you. That's a question. I usually don't decide who's going to go down first until I'm in the room. So you want that strength up. Get vitality as well, and another for strength. In fact, no, we want endurance. Endurance is good. Now, let me take a look at my weight. What am I rocking? I'm rocking... I will need 62 weight for that. Yeah, because Smo with lightning is not really a big issue.
Well, what do we have
Giant
here?
Ornstein, though, that's a trick.
Be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now.
Look at my pretty
Well,
face.
Since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you.
Bet so many people have quit here,
It is why
not
you
knowing where
came,
to go, because
isn't
those
it?
stairs are
To this
way
accursed
too
land,
easy
the
to miss.
undead.
I'll see you later when you holler. What, there's 2 bells? No, it says that as soon as you get here. See, Petrus should be over here right now, shouldn't he? Yes, I can learn a gesture from him.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
No, I think you might say something else when you ring the
Hello
first
there.
bell.
I realize
It's
that I
been a
have
while
affected
since I've
to
spoke to him,
maintain our
though.
distance. But I
After
also
ringing the
want you to
first
know
bell, but before
that it is not meant
ringing the
in
second.
ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
I want your shield. Give me your shield.
Oh my, you again. Oh,
Yeah, my shield's not bad.
How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
No.
That is a shame.
No, it would not.
But each to their own. Speak to me if you have a change
Nothing
of heart.
pleases me except Castlevania, and Konami's not doing that anymore, are they, Petros?
Oh, hello. What is it? Have you changed your mind?
I'm not gonna... yeah, go on, give me the
Very well.
gesture.
Then... Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined
Actually,
by your...
yeah, whatever. Give me the gesture. Bam. See ya.
Come again.
Let me check. I'm already in the way of the Y. I'm gonna drop that as soon as I can. Yeah, the heater shield is great if you're playing as another class, but one of the big advantages of starting as the knight is this shield also gives you 100% physical reduction. Like, that's kind of like the big... Hey, buddy. The big thing of the heater shield. But otherwise, it's like... Do I want to go for the Zwei? Not yet. Oh, you know what the hell. You know what they say, suicide is painless. I should have took off my armour for this. Thank you. Take you. Excuse me. If I had a whip, you guys wouldn't be a problem. Coming through. Thank you. Ow, ow. Screw you guys and you bleed. Haha, you cannot catch me. Alright, see you later, Joe. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate the support. This whole thing's going to be up on YouTube anyway if you want to catch anything you've missed. But you're not going to miss much, you know the Undead Berg. Oh crap, it's still coming. The good news is getting those 86 souls back will be very easy. I tried so hard, I got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. Hey Mike, how you going? Just plopping in on Dark Souls. We've already done the Undead Asylum, we're about to go into the Undead Berg. You just missed the first death of the stream. Oh, there they are. Yeah, you know what? If you want to do that and then send me the total at the end of this playthrough, I'd appreciate that because I'll throw that up in the YouTube afterwards. Total number of deaths. God, seeing my health and stamina bar so low is weird. I'm gonna keep pressing the wrong button, I can feel it. Look at that Zweihander. See, I require 24 strength. I could two-hand it. I could two-hand it, but I don't know, man. I'm too in love with my shield to two-hand these things. 24 strength. I'm pretty sure we're on 15. Let's go take our first steps into the wonderful world of Lordran. Now, before I go anywhere, I want to deal with you. But also you. Come on. You fell for the oldest trick in the book. I think I started with 14 dex. Because the knight starts with pretty high strength and dex. So, like, if you're doing melee, the knight is one of the most... It's probably the most balanced class to go with. Beautiful. Yeah, let me take a look. Oh, we have 11 dex. No, that's fine. I completely miscalculated. No, I went with the vitality, that's what it was. The warrior starts with 14 strength and dex. Alright, so the first bonfire of Undeadburg shouldn't be too hard to get to. The question is, do I want to make the jump for that? Let's check the options. Do we have jump? Where do we have jump set to? There we go. Like one of the yeah, we'll save the changes. One of the best features of the remaster was the ability to change controls to be a bit more like Dark Souls 2 and 3, where we can run and do the jump like that. It makes it so much simpler than in the original game. Bada bing. So I think there's actually a soul. Oh, nice, Ring of Sacrifice, that'd be useful. Okay, and can we make it back? Yeah! Perfect. Perfectly playing. And of course the corpse is still ragdoll like crazy. You could take that out of Dark Souls, but then it just won't be Dark Souls anymore. One thing I do love about this, with the one of the subtle... You know, I don't think I've ever actually fell off the tower in the gargoyle fight. One of the subtle multiplayer components, if you're playing with the game connected online, if somebody rings one of the bells of awakening, you can hear it in your world, which I think is really cool. So every time we hear the bell ring, somebody's just rung it. So that's really cool. I like that. Ooh. Ooh. Welcome to the Undeadburg. Friendliest city in Lordran. The good news is the frame rate doesn't tank when you do that, like it did in the original. Hey boys, how you doing? It was a rude thing you did, try to sneak up on me like that. Tell you man, these hollows, they have no respect for the etiquette of battle. Figures, as soon as Joe leaves, all the parries start happening. No, I don't want to go up there yet. This was actually the wrong way. Or the right way, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff we're going to give to Snuggly. It is actually possible to get the... I found this out recently. It's possible to get the old witch's ring to speak to... Oh, there is actually nothing here. Fair enough. To speak to Quilag's sister by giving something to Snuggly. I just don't remember what it was. So Mike, you ever played Dark Souls? I'm pretty sure I've asked you this before, but I don't remember the answer. Oh yeah, it is the Sunlight Maggot. That's why I didn't want to do it. Sunlight Maggot's too useful. No, oh, you are going to see some stuff, my friend. Gonna see some stuff. Excuse me. You do not interrupt a man while he's drinking his Sunny D. Yeah, you can get it again in New Game Plus. You would have to get the Chaos Covenant to level 2 again. You have to do all the steps for it again, though. It's really whether you decide... whether or not speaking to Quilag's sister is worth it. Always forget this happens the first time I come through here. Only the first time, but I usually forget that happens. And of course this fabulous area. That's interesting. There's some sort of filter over the screen when I was looking at the ground there. Yeah, the skull lantern from the necromancers can be useful, but loss of the shield is a big hit. And of course with the giant skeletons down in the tomb, yeah. Don't like fighting those guys without a shield. I'll take the armor drop from Sunlight, from the Maggot. I don't mind that. Lack of the shield's the problem. Come on, sweetheart. Show me what you got. The Lannisters send their regards. Fat roll breaking boxes. Oh no, you completely caught me by surprise there. Yeah, they can be a pain, but I think they're at the worst in the catacombs in that one area, just before Pinwheel. Yeah, there's like a weird filter over the screen that you can really notice when you move the camera like this. I don't think that existed in... if it does exist in any other version, I've not noticed it. That's weird.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
What do you got for me? So this guy has the repair box, doesn't he? No, he has the bottomless box. He does have the repair box, but that's 3,000. Gonna leave that for now, and I will be back for that, because that repair box is very useful. Oh, early game Dark Souls. Feels so weird not being able to pull off like a six attack combo. See, how many attacks can I pull off actually? I can do 5, but that's my stamina completely gone. Alright, let's grab you. Never gonna use that. Remapping the jump to the left analog stick also makes this a lot simpler. Just make sure you don't almost slip off like that. Take you. Probably never going to use you. Yeah, it's all good. Let us proceed. Little tip for you, Mike, if you ever actually do play this. Always roll into the barrels rather than hitting them. You'll learn to appreciate that at some point. Right, so let's get to that bonfire. We've got the first Black Knight coming up as well, so that's going to be fun. In fact, actually, you know what is worth using? It is one neat little change to the remaster as well. You can use multiple of the same item at once, which is really nice. But yeah, it's worth kindling this bonfire. It's not just that it uses up durability, you may end up missing characters like Laurentius. Alright, so that's good for now. On the downside, we can now be invaded. And I did not level up because I was not paying attention. Oh, hello, who are you? Athena. Yeah, let's go back and level up. Oh, that's another point. You can also switch your covenant from a bonfire. Any covenant you've joined, you can switch to between them in a bonfire. In fact, you know, I'll take that dex and put it into endurance. Alright, boys, let's do this again. One more time. Yeah, the remaster has a bunch of really neat little quality of life upgrades from the sequels. You can argue Dark Souls, you want to play it as like a pure experience, but some of the quality of life features just make things more convenient but not make the game easier. The stuff you really want. No, you're not allowed to drink, Estus. Come on. You gonna do anything there? It's okay. I've got all day. Fell for the oldest trick in the book. Somebody offers you a free shot at them, you probably shouldn't take it. Now that's interesting. I don't think I've actually seen that before. But no, I think we'll leave that since it looks multiplayer based. Is that part of the Way of the White? Looks like it could be. Never actually do anything with Way of the White. Tell you, man, I'm missing that Chloranthy ring. Oof. And Dragon Covenant wouldn't be until Ash Lake. So it's probably Way of the White. And I've probably never noticed it because I've never done Way of the White before. So like I said earlier, as far as Covenants go, for the multiplayer stuff, I pretty much always go for the Dark Wraith Covenant. See, I'm pretty sure I want what's in this chest. Probably not going to get much use out of that, actually. Yeah, I like the Dark Wraith Covenant. I like to punish those who have sinned. You know, there's a great deal of sin that occurs in Anor Londo. That guy climbs up the ladder behind me, I'm going to be very unhappy. Excuse me, boys. Oh, what did I just say? What did I just say? I hope you die down there. Usually I leave Guinevere alone. I do usually go for Gwendolyn at some point though. Just for the complete boss run. You just completely blended into that rooftop there. I did not see you at all. No, I'm not going to be able to do a plunging attack with that. Yeah, I usually leave Guinevere alone. Not for any... Well, I suppose there is good reasons for it. Because Anor Londo is a good place to grind. You're right, Spooky Londo is definitely very interesting visual change, and it changes the atmosphere and everything completely. If you're not going to attack me, I'm going to go upstairs. Let's try it again, shall we? God damn it. Let's try that again. Douchebag. Yeah, no, I aggroed them when I went inside the house. There's a lot of Estus drinking going on with these guys. I'm gonna take you with me, I'm gonna call you skeletons. I know you're not actually a skeleton, but that's the joke. Alright. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Hey there, friend. Yeah, I was sure there was something down here. Yeah, I'm probably thinking of the ring over there. Hello there. Have you heard of the good word of our Lord and Saviour Gwyn? Come on. Come on. Come on. So my best advice with the Black Knight is to lure him to an open area. Like, don't take him on in that corridor, that's not a good idea. So if you lure him back up here, this area is good and open. And we can get some good work done. It's also very easy to abuse the backstab. And at that point, all it will take is some patience. And if you keep going like this, you will eventually have this guy dead. Always move to the right, though. So that's kind of his blind spot. That wasn't great. I say his blind spot, since he attacks with his right arm, you don't have to worry so much about attacks with his shield, they're less dangerous. They'll take less stamina off you. Just keep your shield up. Also, know when to drop your shield. See, parrying is a good idea, but it's also risky, because the Black Knight can do a lot of damage to you in a single hit. So, backstabbing is slow, but it's a lot more reliable as well. When you can actually pull it off. When it actually works. There we go. Like I say, it takes a bit of time. You got maybe like... If every attack you pull off against this guy is a backstab, 2 or 3 minutes at most. Depending on your loadout. And whether or not you manage to hit that backstab spot every time. No, every time he goes down you have to lock on manually again. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me check the requirements on that bad boy. 20 strength, 18 dex. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the game over. Anyway, let's go take on Taurus Demon. Yes, you're right, actually. Let's go take on Havel and get smashed in a single hit, and then we'll take on the Taurus Demon. Because we get Havel's ring, that will be incredibly useful right now. Because in the end, that is what we get the Master Key for. So we can get this ring as early as possible. Probably should have gone back to the bonfire just for the safety, but... as will become apparent as this game goes on, I am stubborn and stupid. Oh no, you're right, the blue tearstone ring, of course. I had completely forgotten about that. Well, the good thing is the Black Knight doesn't respawn. Of course, I'm going to go back for the blue tearstone ring and probably never use it. Although that said, it's not like I have any rings on at the minute, I might as well equip it. I got so caught up in getting the sword from the Black Knight. Just in case. Yeah, I'm equipping it, don't worry. Not that it's going to do us any good against Havel, because Havel, if he hits me, will smash me in a single go. Wow, Dark Root's actually really far down. Oh yeah, it'll probably help me out a few times. If the Taurus Demon goes badly, it'll probably help me out there. Just not going to be too great for this fight. Because this is going to go interestingly. Again, best strategy for Havel for my build is backstab. Backstab, backstab, backstab. If you're a sorcerer, you know, you can pick him up. You pick him off from long range. Also, watch out for that. This is Havel the Rock. So named because his armor is literally made from rock. Now let's see if we can get this first time. You're right, I am faster than him. But he only needs one shot. 2 if I'm lucky, but probably 1. I was wondering what was going on there. He was just stood staring at me. So I would open the door, but if I turn my back, he's going to have me. And I do not feel confident enough about parrying Havel to risk it. Dwayne the Havel the Rock Johnson. So this is probably going to go take a while if anybody wants to go and make a sandwich or make a cup of tea or read War and Peace. I don't know. This is all about the patience. You are expected to come here later. Because I'm pretty sure without the Master Key you actually open that door over there from the other side to get here. That's the way you're expected to do it the first time. Dragon Tooth is not until an Orlando. And is way too heavy a weapon for me. Yeah, like you're expected to take on Havel, what we're looking at, like 10, 15, maybe 20 levels after this. The good news is this arena's pretty good. Nice and circular. Come on. There you go. So he's not so bad if he's one-handed the weapon, but that two-handed, that's going to be a killer. Cannot believe that didn't hit me. Yeah, I know his weapon's a dragon tooth. It's also called the dragon tooth. When you get it yourself in the secret room in Anor Londo, it's just straight up called dragon tooth. And his armour is literally carved of stone. I think the only armour set in the game that's heavier is the Stone Giants. That's so exploitable. It really is. See, I'd two-hand it, but like I've said, like one hit from that is going to be it. All it takes is that one mistake. 28 damage ain't much, but we're getting it consistent. Come on. There you go. I'm probably going to keep this shield until we get the Grass Crest. Which, like, there's less physical damage reduction there. But for the early game, the stamina regen is very useful. I think in terms of the lore, Havel is considered like the unofficial 5th Knight of Gwyn. Because you've got Ornstein, Artorias, Hawkeye Gao, and Kieran, Lordsblade Kieran. And I think like Havel is considered the unofficial 5th Knight. Close there, I got greedy again. Come on. See, the backstab hitbox on Havel is way bigger than you think it is. Like, we're having a much easier time backstabbing him than we did the Black Knight. Interesting enough, there is a little piece you can take away from with Havel. If you find his secret room in Anor Londo, you can find all of his equipment, and also there is an occult club in there, and occult weapons are strong against gods, strong against the divine. So there's the possibility of that. But, I don't know, who knows. Like a lot of Dark Souls, this is just implication rather than actual explanation. You're right, the Black Knight is faster, but I feel like the actual backstab hitbox in Havel is bigger. Like, it feels like we're getting the actual backstab from more positions than we did with the Black Knight. Like that, we were basically at the side there. Yes, the occult club is in the Mimic. That was nasty. I don't even know why that registered. The occult club is in the Mimic, but there's a load of mimics in Anor Londo, so you know, take from that what you will. Like, did mimics infest Anor Londo, or were they there for a reason? Who knows? Come on. There we go. You'd think that, but with the size of the shield, like a lot of the time we're kind of backstabbing when we're right where the shield is, and I don't mean like when he's two-handed backstabbing through the shield. I mean like when he's one-handed with his shield raised, and we'll just backstab like where when we're at the shield position. It was going well, then I've rolled. I should have took the hit. Should have taken the hit. Damn it. So that's what I mean though with Havel. One mistake and that's it if you're taking him on this early. And that's why this is a live stream rather than a let's play. So that's death number 2. I got careless though. That was entirely my fault. I should have raised the shield rather than tried to dodge. Even if I'd have stuck with the dodge, I should have dodged to the side, not backwards. I hate this room. This room's horrible. Horrible. I can do it. I mean, we saw how well I was doing it. The problem is how long it takes, and I want that ring as soon as possible because that will remove the heavy roll, the fat roll. Oh, I don't mess around on the bridge. Not with the hollows throwing fire bombs. Alright, let's press onwards. Don't need to bother with those guys, but I do want to take out the archer so I don't get stabbed in the back. I always hate fighting on stairs in this game. The wrong enemy to automatically lock onto. Come on. It counts. Fire bombs, that's a good idea. That might speed up dealing with Havel. Not going to use the black fire bombs for anything else, really. Might as well give them a shot. And I did have some normal ones. I thought I had some normal ones, never mind. Let's see how much damage the black fire bomb does to Havel. Also grab the souls, because there were a good number of souls down here. He could just smack me mid-throw, you're right. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope. Beyond hope. There we go. Let's everything back. Oh, really? I know there's been teasers for Final Fantasy relating to State of Play, but I don't think that was yet. That's a good idea, actually. I do have some gold pyre resin. There's the strategy. Havel. He's done that a few times now, just stood still. A few enemies have done that. That's weird. I've not had that happen in any other version. Like, certainly not this much. So tell me, Mike, is this teaser trailer actually worth watching, though? Or is it going to be like the first trailer that announced that the remake was being done? Yeah, because the damage we're getting off the black fire bombs is like 3 times the backstab. Around about. So as long as I don't die again, this is actually really good. Although I think the black fire bombs might be ticking him off a little bit. Because he keeps charging out of those. One more. Do we know if Havel's actually weak to lightning? I know the bell gargoyle is there, and that's where a lot of people tend to use the gold pyre resin the first time, when they know what they're doing. Come on. Almost there. Remember, the key is to not get greedy, because that's what gets us killed. Yeah. Two more, maybe? Yeah, I think one more now. I hope one more now. Come on, get away from that wall. See, that was a mistake. That was getting greedy. And that is Havel the Rock, ladies and gentlemen. Havel the Rock has left the building. Let's equip that bad boy. Oh. Well, did you just take a look at the Final Fantasy trailer? Or are you talking about me taking down Havel? There's that light roll. Love it. What did you watch? Did you watch the trailer, Charlotte? Well, the Ring of Favour and Protection is not until way later. There's going to be stuff we'll replace it for before then. Usually it's Havel's Ring that I replace with Favour and Protection. Ah, fair enough. There we go. Nine Estus, we should be good to take on Taurus with him. Yeah. So, Havel's Ring ends up being pretty essential, but once you boost your endurance high enough and really kind of streamline your equipment, Havel's Ring does become kind of unnecessary, and the Ring of Favour and Protection can totally... I should have taken out those archers first. I forgot about them. Favour and Protection can totally cover that. Did I kill them? I don't think I did. Oh, I might have actually. The question now is, can we do it? Remember people, when confronted by a Taurus demon, always bury your face in its crotch. It's the safest place to be. I am missing the Chloranthy ring. No, I did not take those archers. I knew it. So what I need is for you to come over here, for me to get past you. Run! Run! I don't think he's going to let me get up there twice. Nope. It's close. Here he comes. It's been a long time since I fought him up here. Combat roll. It's a nasty hit. go. Nope, didn't do it. Come on. We can do this, we can do this. Fighting up here is definitely the worst option. Get down. Now if he doesn't crush me. Here he comes. It's crazy to think that the smaller room is the better option for me. You ever had the Taurus Demon fall off? Because it is possible. Not fall off the tower, just fall off the wall and die. It's entirely possible for that to happen. Let's back up. You know, I should have gone into New Londo Ruins and gotten that Estus +1. Completely forgot it. At this point, it's a long way back. And it will mean a death. He'll jump up if you take too long on the tower. He's not stupid, it's not... most bosses, there isn't really a refuge place. The developers were smart about that. It's just with most competent players, you'll see them jump off and plunge attack him before he has a chance to jump up. That's why I didn't make sure that one archer was dead. I didn't want this. I didn't want the Taurus Demon to jump up. And to move because I'm getting... There we go. Do not want it to knock me off the wall. That's a bad death. Come on. Tell you what, I'm not looking forward to the demon runes. Yeah, the sorcery blacksmith at Briggs and Finheim. Although I've never actually used his services. It's usually either Andre or the giant blacksmith for me. Boom. No, I am not in work tomorrow, so I can be here for a good while, actually. So Taurus Demon is weak to the lightning. Two-shot him with a plunge attack. That makes sense. It does make sense. And of course now the big worry is not getting killed by the Hellcat Drake before we get to the bonfire. But of course, first we have to head over here to praise the sun. Hello, friend.
Ah, Hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide.
Seriously, you think I'd come on? You
I
think
get
I'd
that look all the time.
never talk to Slayer?
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Of course,
It
friend.
pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst
Thank you.
strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Well, there you go. That's probably about the best I can do for you there. By special request, Slayer's face.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Well, I'll see you later, Slayer. I think there probably is like only... Nope. I was hoping I could do it with the master key, but I didn't think I could. I think there's only like the... I think there's only the faces you actually have in character creation in the game, because the faces mean so little, and you rarely ever actually get a proper look at them. You know, beyond certain unique characters like Andre or a few others. Getting across this without dying is going to be a major pain. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That was actually so much more... That was so much easier than I expected. Never actually do anything while you're reading those. Let's level up, spend some of these hard-earned souls. Working our way up to that Black Knight sword is going to make things so much easier for me. Let's take another look at that bad boy. 2018, we are on 1714. I think probably after the bell gargoyles we'll be able to level up. You still with us, Mike? You know, that's a fair point. Using some of the soul items I've got, I could go and get that repair box. Let's take a look at the condition of my gear. That's good to hear, Mike. How are you enjoying the game so far? Because I know with your backlog, not quite as immense as mine, but with your backlog being as sizable as it is, you're probably never going to get round to Dark Souls when there's so much else on there in front of it. Pulling off the kick is so awkward. Ooh, don't let some people even say that Dark Souls is only alright, Mike. Let's see if you notice the lore though, it's so easy to just miss most of it. Let's see, use 2 of these. Right, they're 200 each. Large undead is 400. So another 2 of these will do it.
Oh, still keeping going. Never heard.
That repair box.
Thank you kindly.
Well, a lot of people will complain that figuring your way through Dark Souls can be really convoluted, but reading the item descriptions is... it's never stated, but it's required for so much of the lore. We have 2 souls right now, it's probably the best we'll have for a while. But we go through the Undead Parish and we'll have that shortcut straight to Firelink, so that's probably the best idea. So what's currently at the top of your list now, Mike, now that you did Kingdom Hearts 3? Yeah, the Firekeeper soul in the Undead Parish, which is Estus plus 2 that way, that's a fair point. We'll go straight from 0 to 2. Excuse me. The frame rate on the tail looks really jittery. A bit of advice though, good for first timers, taking that tail off can give you a really easy weapon to run through a bunch of the game with. Oh, excuse me again. Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, take pretty much a constant in the game. If a monster has a tail, take it off, you'll get a weapon. The Hellkite Drake, take the tail, you'll get the Drake Sword, and it can be really good for newbies. Although, do not get over reliant on it because it does not scale at all. which means it can get outclassed really quickly, and a lot of newbies don't tend to notice that. Because if there's one thing I'll say against Dark Souls, it doesn't explain a lot of its mechanics very well, and it can be a big issue. So there is absolutely no shame in looking up stuff on the wiki. Okay. If you're gonna play through... Guess I got 10 show. If you're going to play through Bahamut Lagoon, what I would recommend is, rather than playing the cartridge you got, there is actually a full fan translation. And I get that you want the genuine experience, but you would also probably enjoy it if you understood what is going on. That said though, if you play through Bahamut Lagoon, let me know how it is, because that's on my list at some point as well. But there is a full fan translation. There is a full fan translation. So we can get some more souls up here. Don't come up here if this is your first playthrough. It's a bad idea. Because that'll happen and you will not have your shield up. And that will probably happen and you will get hit. But this one should go down faster than the first, because we have actually increased our strength and dexterity substantially. And the broadsword we're equipped with does scale with both strength and dex. Yeah, you doing okay down there, buddy? Is he gonna... There we go. I was wondering if he'd find his way back up the stairs. You know, I wish this game had more mechanics for dual wielding. Because I'd love to dual wield some of this stuff. As it is, dual wielding is almost completely useless in this game. So I think there's only like one weapon that has a unique dual wield animation, and that is the tracers you get from Kieran in the DLC. You can equip both of them, one in each hand, and you get a unique attack animation from it. Nope, it's just a Titanite chunk, unfortunately. You know, I keep meaning to get Artorias' greatsword one day. I've still not gotten around to it. But yeah, as far as my stuff that I'm playing at the minute is, outside of the Let's Plays and the stream, actually playing Mario and Luigi Dream Team Brothers. Yeah, want to get out of here. Excuse me, pigman. I think there's actually another form of Artorias' greatsword that's exclusive to the DLC. I think it requires Artorias' soul. I'm getting way too greedy with this. Not what I wanted to do. Damn it. Getting past that thing's going to be a problem. Unless... No, I got fortunate there. I think we actually got some fire damage on it. That's fair enough. The limited edition with the art book, that you were even able to get it at this late stage is something you should be thankful for in and of itself. And one of the pleasant things about Dark Souls on Xbox is it is a backwards compatible game. Alright, so dealing with this guy. Somebody made it to the bell. Nice. Couldn't lock onto him fast enough. How far will you go before you move back? There it is. To be fair, there's not really any reason to get a new console anytime soon, because there's still loads of great stuff on the old console. It's like when the PS3 and the 360 were dying, like in the last days of support from the console companies, from the manufacturer, Microsoft and Sony. I was like, that is the best time to get into PS2 games. The helmet didn't drop. Damn it. Excuse me. But no, like this, there's so much. Like the PS3 and 360 games go so cheap at the moment. A lot of them, and it's a great time to be in there. The downside is the sales on the digital stores have kind of died for the PlayStation 3. So all the digital sales there are pretty much focused entirely on PS4 now. You don't even see so much for the Vita anymore. Which is kind of a shame. Well, your physical stuff, like, you can go out, you can find that mostly pretty cheap. Mystery key. Will we make some use of that? The answer is yes. But where does it get used? Let's find out later. Oh wait, no. Get careful, balancing, careful. Excellent. And careful walking back. Awesome. It's not even so much online. Like, if you go to the right shops, a lot of these older games will get sold cheap in shops now. Even without going into Amazon or eBay. Because so many people are just dropping their collections for the new stuff, which is kind of a shame for them because they're losing a load of their best games, but it's great for people like us who like to grab some of these old games. And the introduction to the Boulder Knights. This one's tricky because this one likes to parry. Do not attack him when he does that because he will parry you. Damn it, I didn't get the riposte animation. There we go. And the Night Shield that Petrus had, which I think is actually heavier than the current one we've got, the Tower Kite Shield. Yes, substantially heavier. And it is worse in everything except actual attack. And if you're using the Night Shield to attack, you're doing something wrong. It's getting more comfortable. Legs are starting to cramp up a little bit. How are we doing so far? We're doing pretty good. No, I don't want to do that. I pressed the wrong button again. Alright, so with any luck, we'll be able to get through the bell gargoyles here tonight. That'll be very convenient. And it really is a... wasn't close enough for the riposte. It's a good show of just how Dark Souls changes when you know what you're doing. Like, your first time through, getting up here can be 5 hours on its own, like 5 hours on its own. Once you know what you're doing, where you're going, you can make it so much smoother for yourself by just knowing what you're doing. It's not even being better at the game, it's just knowing. This is a bad position. I was surprised I didn't think I'd kill him. The boulder sword, the boulder side sword, if it drops for you, is a really good dex weapon to have this early in the game. Like, especially if you're after a sword rather than the halberd, which we can find around here. Oh, that's what that is. So this looks worrying, but it's actually not too bad. So you may think that'll collapse. No, it's a solid bridge. It'll never do anything. Really starting to see some of that filtering again, like really bad here. And that's not because of the capture software or anything. That's as the Switch is displaying the game. That's weird. You know, I've never actually had the Black Halberd Knight drop for me. The Black Knight Halberd. Never had it drop. Okay, so I want to be careful here. Not because of that guy, because of that guy. I will see you later. We'll probably make use out of pretty much all of those Titanite shards. And in fact... No, wait till after we do the bell gargoyles. So going back to filing to restock some Estus is not a bad idea right now. I've heard good things about the channel and Trident, but with there being like 5 channelers in the game and only one of them respawning, and that being in an area I hate to go through, it's not something I've ever farmed for. Let me see, what's my next? Let's repair. What is my next one at? 2353. Let's see, they're 400 a pop, so that's 1200, 1600. Yeah, that will be enough if I use all of them. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. They don't respawn except in the Duke's archives. And I don't like going through the Duke's archives. Like, that opening area where the channeler is such a pain. You're after Solaire making an appearance, aren't you? Yeah, you're right. There's like 3 or 4 that appear in the Duke's archives. The issue is we have 2 liquid humanity on us now, but with only 4 souls, now would be a perfect time to go and get that one Firekeeper soul. But if I do that, I'm going to lose this liquid humanity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the channeler out. At the very least, the channeler and the tower knight. Because it's possible, the tower knight not so much, but the channeler might end up killing me, and I'd rather not burn through a humanity trying to do that. Oh no, the channeler first. Because otherwise the channeler will take pot shots at me during the fight with the knight. He waited there, that's interesting. He didn't automatically go back to his spawn point when I went into the fire link, when I used the bonfire. That is weird. See, this is why fighting on stairs is kind of awkward. Boulder armor, that could be useful. Poise is lower. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my standard, mostly for the poise, because those gargoyles will knock you around. And I do not want that. You know what? I want the halberd. I want the halberd for this. A pole arm is perfect here. So I'm gonna go round. I should have grabbed the halberd. Hey, sweetheart. How you doing? This took out crossbow guy. Oh, this is not comfortable. Alright, this should be doable now. I don't think I think this is like one of the first enemies you run into that you cannot riposte or backstab. Because I've tried a few, well, I say a few times, I've tried a bunch of times and never actually got a backstab off from this guy. Or any of these guys, like, you do see some of these later. Close. No, if you're not going to attack. That's what I was waiting for. Oi! Damn it. There we go. Sorry, not shard. And I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't actually riposte that guy. Parry, yes. Riposte, I don't think so. There we go. Alright, let's go grab that halberd. I'll grab the soul, don't worry. I'm not gonna miss that. Make sure those boulders don't chase me while I'm not looking. Open them gate, backtracking easier. I don't think any of those aggroed on me. There we go. Make sure I meet the requirements for the halberd. Yes, awesome. The scaling's worse, but at the minute this is actually a better weapon for us. No, don't worry, I would never miss that Firekeeper soul. For one, like, we're gonna go past here so many times. Even if I missed it now, I'd notice it later. And there's one to my left. There we go, I actually got that one. And by got that one, I mean got him with a riposte, not with the power. Alright. Not forgetting the Firekeeper soul, don't worry. Just want to get that channeler so it doesn't shoot me in the back. And the issue here is with him buffing these hollows, being able to poke through them with the halberd is really useful. Which is why I went out for the halberd. There we go. Is there anybody left? Did he fall down? Yep. Get back here. Well, that was a weird ragdoll animation. Take you now. And I think we will go and human up down here. And while we're human, it'll be a good chance to kindle this bonfire as well, because this is a critical juncture bonfire. Thanks for tuning in, Mike. I really appreciate your support. I'll catch you later, man. Have a good night. Okay, so reverse the hollowing. Kindle, because we're going to want this for Sen's Fortress, Dark Route, and it's a good place to restock from the Undead Parish. Alright. So now that we're human, let's go and do your little request then, Charlotte. Let's go summon the sun, bro. Alright. The halberd's a great weapon, honestly. If it wasn't for the fact that I was intending to make this a strength playthrough, and what was it? And that the Black Knight sword dropped, I'd probably main the halberd. Because this is a great weapon. It'll carry you through so much of the game. Yeah. You know what? It's been a long time since I've aggroed all three at once. I want with the small shield's the real danger, because he'll parry me and I probably won't notice it going into the animation while the other two are around. Come on. Damn it. Would have had you there. It's getting uncomfortable. Awesome. Synchronized. Oh, that was a little nastier than I would have liked, but we got through it. And of course the biggest advantage of the halberd is with it being a thrusting weapon. You will not have to worry about clanging off walls unless you decide to do that. But even then, the walls have to be pretty close for you for that to be an issue. And you can just mow through the hollows like this so easy. Come on. Line them up and knock them down. Double kill. I loved Unreal Tournament stuff like that. Double kill, triple kill, ultra kill, monster kill, mega kill. Holy shit! Unreal Tournament was so good. I wish they'd bring that back. What are you doing not doing 2 stabs? That was close, he almost went into the parry animation there. Oh no, the big shooter I spent most time on online was Unreal Tournament 3. Love that game. Kilimanjaro. God, you remember the days when multiplayer shooters didn't have any of this messing around, they were just fun?
Oh, still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Well, it doesn't matter whether I help him or not, he'll get out regardless. Okay, if that will fade away, there we go. Now we can talk to him.
Yes, sincerely. I
will say, I've got the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One, and I decided to play that online once, out of as a whim.
Yes, very sorry. I've just been...
And I was actually really surprised at just how... like Halo's multiplayer, even in like Halo 5, hasn't really changed its ideas. Even while like Call of Duty 4 came along and had its own ideas about online multiplayer, and like there's the rise of the battle royales and all that, but Halo's multiplayer is still classic deathmatch, team deathmatch, red versus blue kind of thing, and it was so refreshing to go back to, and it was great. Well, I've actually got ODST on disc. If you want to go through that, I'll lend it to you. I could do with picking that up for the Master Chief Collection anyway. I also have 4 which I can just straight out sort you out with, because that's on the Master Chief Collection. There's 2 summon signs and they're both the same. Which one's Solare's? Oh, it's this one. So... No! I wanted to see about summoning that guy and it just put me straight through the fog door. I'm so embarrassed. Like that was not intentional at all. I was trying to see what that guy's name was. Looks like I'll have to summon Solaire on the Gaping Dragon to make up for this. If I don't die here. I love the bell gargoyles as a boss fight because it starts off actually really simple. One bell gargoyle is not difficult at all. A little bit of patience, perseverance, keep an eye on the way it's moving. You can take the bell gargoyle down, no problem. When the second one joins in, the entire dynamic changes, and it's such a simple change that means so much to the gameplay. And you're right, I should have applied the lightning, the gold pine resin before I started this fight. But it's too late now, because it will kill me otherwise. And I want that tail. Not even because I'm going to use it, the axe is actually a terrible weapon. I want that tail to take its tail off it. Yeah. So that's why I didn't go to the bonfire either. I was expecting Slayer's backup. So I've got into this with 5 Estus. Oh, this is bad. They've got me cornered. That was nasty. That was close. So what I want to do is take on the one with without the tail first. Not pleasant. Last Estus. That's it. No more Estus. I need to make a move. The fire's pushing me back too much. Oh. Yeah. Not the right time. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Oh. Got caught by the fire. Damn it. It was going well, and then things happened. There were developments. There were several developments there. Alright. Let's do this properly this time. Thanks for the encouragement, but I don't think that went that well. They got me into a corner really easily with the fire. The fire combined in bad ways, and I was cornered for a lot of that fight. And of course, I don't think there is a shield with perfect fire resistance. Let me check the shield actually. Doesn't block fire, blocks 70%, 60, 30. Of course, wood isn't going to block it. Best shield I could have for that fight. Like I said, I've not actually, in every time I fought the gargoyles previously, I've never actually used Slayer. Mostly just because of stubbornness and not being human at this point. I don't know what that filter is, but it looks awful in this area. And I've never noticed this in any other version, but it looks awful looking at the ground like that. And of course we have to take out the Boulder Knights again because they're good souls. There we go, that one noticed first. And of course, one by one, they are not really a threat. And... ooh, the boulder side, so I'm going to have to take a look at that. Because that is a really solid dex weapon. You weren't supposed to turn around there, genius. Let's get a look at you, boulder side sword. See, if you're going for dex, that B scaling for dex is like some of the best you can get, and it has a really good moveset. Now I think I'm gonna wait until after the fight to do the Firekeeper soul. Because when I go back to Firelink, I want to go straight down into New Londo, and get that other Firekeeper soul, and do them both at once. But I don't want to do that right now because I'm human and I want to get the Solaire summon. That's a triple kill. Oh, Halberd, I do love your moveset so much. Beautiful. And one more Bold Knight. See, this is why this is a stream rather than a Let's Play. Because the backtracking, the repeat walkthroughs, that fight with Havel that was there, we were there for like 5 minutes maybe, and it didn't go anywhere. And of course, the very helpful comments in the chat that are reminding me of everything that I'm forgetting. Kiltastrophe. I'm not entirely sure how much that is, but it's not... Unreal Tournament, at least, was not about how many kills you get at once, it's how many in a short space of time. Definitely get Solaire this time. So it may well have been a Kiltastrophe, you're probably right. How you doing, bro? One other addition, improvement to the remaster over the original is the number of summons you can have at once. They upped it over the original. Which can be really good. And of course there's the password feature from Bloodborne, so you can always make sure to summon the specific friends that you want. Not the best time for that. I got cornered by the fire again. It's been a while since I've actually had this much trouble with the bell gargoyles. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one more crack at it with Solaire. So we are human now. Okay, I'm trying to think of because the gold pyram resin doesn't last forever. I'm trying to think of a way to remember it before I go in there. And you know what? The best idea is probably just to straight up put it here. There we go. And I can do the bell gargoyles. It's not going to be much of a problem. I've been doing pretty well with the basic enemies today, so of course I have to be having trouble with the bosses. I want to get past this area as well. The less I have to see of this, the better. Because this is just looking terrible, and I don't know why. I don't know what this filter's about. I am not going straight through Blighttown right now. That was weird, there was no sound on the parry there. There we go. Yeah, I'm playing it on the TV. I have the record. I have the image is coming through my computer as well, which I have there to make sure that the recording's going okay. But it has like a second delay, which, like that'd kill me in this game. You can't play these games like that. It's like you could play something like an RPG if you stuck Final Fantasy VII on the wait mode rather than active. You could probably do it like that, but that'd still irritate me. Doesn't matter what game you're playing, you've got to abuse those iframes. Hello, boys. Triple kill. Multi-kill. Mega kill. Monster kill. Holy shit. Wait mode, it depends on the game I'm playing on. I usually do prefer active mode as well, I'll agree with that. I can understand the appreciation for it. A lot of Final Fantasy VII can happen really fast, and a lot of it can be very time-based. But, I will say World of Final Fantasy, I do not like active mode in World of Final Fantasy. I don't think it plays that well. So when I've been playing that, I've stuck that on wait mode. But the battle system in that's different from 7 anyway. In the main series, I usually stick it on active. Yeah, Final Fantasy X has like one of the best. Oh, that guy got the boar helmet. Has like one of the best turn-based systems in the entire series. I love the strategy that it allows for. And we could summon one of these guys, but we don't need to. I know, I'm just about to stick on the lightning. Let's make sure it's the last time. The last time. You dead. One. to. No, I missed him. Well, I'm not getting that axe tail anymore. To be fair, I was never going to use that. It's a really poor weapon. Thanks for the help, bro. I always appreciate it. Oh, the lightning came off my my halberd. Let's take a look at that gargoyle helm. Actually, it's good when that drops because, like, look at that. That's pretty good, and it actually weighs less than the knight helm. So I like that. That's good. But yeah, the tail axe, consider it's probably the first tail weapon you're going to get, is actually really kind of crap. Yeah, the damage the lightning spear was doing, I'll agree, that was intense, that damage. Oh. That's bell number 1. That was, what, like 3 hours maybe? A little under 3 hours, I think. Scales with faith, but I never level faith. I have never done a faith build. I could, but I'm always so stubborn in the way I do these things. Because I'll always play it the way I like to play it, and I rarely experiment. How you doing, Oswald?
Greetings. I'm Oswald of Kareem, the Pawn. Thou art a friend.
Probably one of the creepiest friendly NPCs.
Oh, welcome. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sin is my domain.
Let's see, what do you got? The Bloodbite Ring is useful if I am going to get the Life Hunt Scythe, which is such a cool weapon. No sins? Awesome. Abandon the way of the white, because I do not care.
Thou art welcome any time. It is only human to commit a sin.
I always feel like that laugh is just so out of place with the rest of his voice. But yeah, you're right, best gesture in the game, and I want to put it... Let me see, I'm going to put Beacon here. And I'm going to put this one here. So... Okay. So it says, like, hold B and do the motion gesture. Hold B plus motion control, play gesture. It's like, I'm doing it. And we're getting nothing. Oh, there we go. That was weird. Wait. No, it's inconsistent. I was getting it, but then no, it's inconsistent. And so, like, just doing this, much easier. And of course, there is that legendary GIF of the best use of that gesture, where somebody decides to do it to, I think it's Ceaseless Discharge, and then gets punched in the face, and it is beautiful. We got the 2 liquid humanity as well, and I don't want to lose those, but I want to get that. I want to go and get that Firekeeper soul. So we're coming up to about 3 hours now. So what I'm thinking is get the soul, go and get the rusted iron ring from the Undead Asylum, and then maybe call it for here. Or at least pause it, because I really need to go to the toilet. There it is. 20 strength, 18 dex. The Black Knight sword is ready to rumble. But yeah, since you asked before though, Shaun, let's check what this guy says after you ring 1 bell.
Why, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to make it. Oh, somebody rang the bell. Wait, was it
There's been
you?
people ringing the bell for
You
like the
never
past
give up,
2
do you?
hours.
I don't know how you do it. Well, don't stop now. Only one more. But it's going to be suicide.
Well, yeah, of course it's going to be suicide. The depths themselves are bad enough. Hey, Lautrec.
Ah, hello there. I have your reward. Please, accept it.
So, the Sunlight Medals are something you get
I'm
for,
grateful to you for
I
freeing
think,
me.
summoning Warriors of
Not enough
Sunlight,
for you.
and the implication is supposed to be that he's killed
let's
one
not
to
be
get that.
greedy
Killed
now.
a Warrior of Sunlight to get that. What's the interesting thing with Dark Souls, even on the last gen? There'll be quiet periods, but then there'll be like a big resurgence in if everybody decided to play it again. I think like the subreddit is pretty active, and a lot of people decide to play it again, and that does it. And so everyone's like, yeah, let's all play Dark Souls again, and because we're all playing it together, we're all playing it, so we'll be able to help each other out, and there will be people there because we're all playing it. I think I got a Sunlight Medal, yeah. I don't quite remember. I think I got one after Solaire helped me out with the gargoyles. So there's that, but pretty sure the implication is Lautrec killed somebody for it, rather than actually got it himself. You know, I would love to know how somebody found this out the first time, because this is ridiculous. I need to roll off there, not try and jump. Good thing is I did not get these chests earlier, so I can get them now. Cracked red eye orb. Yeah, I did get the Sunlight Talisman from Solaire. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the implication is that he's killed them. He's killed people for it. Excuse me, gents. In fact, you know what? Let's give this a go. Two hits. Beautiful. It's like the Black Knight sword's going to carry us through like the rest of the game. Oh, the number of people who've probably quit this game because of this. I'm sure that's nothing. Yeah, a number of people who probably quit the game because, like, the only two noticeable paths are into the graveyard and into the New London ruins, and neither of them are particularly friendly or expected of you at this point. So yeah, I think we'll go to the Undead Asylum again and get the Rusted Iron Ring, because I want that before I head into the depths anyway. Now that filter's here again, but it's just less noticeable. Yeah, like, I would love to see how the first person who figured this out actually figured out how to get back to the Undead Asylum, because getting up here isn't the clearest thing to begin with. But then it's like, it's not even immediate. Nope, nothing there. So, okay, curl up like a ball. Yeah, the key to Blighttown is from the Gaping Dragon, the key to the depths is from the Capra Demon. So if you want to go that way, you have to kill both Capra and the Gaping Dragon. The key. Did I get the key for... Is that the key? There you go. Thanks for the reminder, Charlotte. I saw it and decided not to get it until I came back, because my thought was that I wouldn't be able to get back on the roof. What with the awkward way platforms work in this game. Right, now let's go to the Undead Asylum. See, like, the first person to figure this out would be crazy. Because not only do you have to get up here, which is not particularly clear, you have to wait like this for like a minute. And it's like, did somebody figure this out on their own, or was it detailed in the strategy guide? I wonder. Thank you, Giant Raven. Yeah, if there's one complaint to have about Dark Souls, the lack of direction for most stuff is bad. Like, not necessarily direction in the game, but like, the lack of explanation for mechanics is really bad. Because like the way scaling works is something you have to pretty much either figure out yourself or check the wiki for. The way a lot of the mechanics work, summoning isn't particularly well explained. Alright. Well, I'll agree with finding your way through the game. Learning the way to do the game yourself can be really good with that. But learning the mechanics of the game, I don't think is particularly good that way. I think the game does fail in that regard by not teaching you a lot of the basic mechanics of the game. That's weird, just got straight back up. Yeah, kindling this bonfire is a good idea if I want to take on the stray demon later. It's a fair point. It's like kind of explains summoning, but then there's the invasions which aren't really explained. A lot of your stats aren't explained. And also, having that bonfire there will give me the chance to test out parrying this guy. There we go. Not great. Yeah, you don't always have to do that flourish. No. It's like, if anything, that flourish just makes you vulnerable. Two out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah, it's like I said before, that there is no shame in looking up the wiki for answers to a lot of the mechanics of this game. There really isn't. And let's say hello to Oscar again. Hey, Oscar. I think this is actually pretty ominous, because I think this is like the only time you see the character die and then later see them as a hollow. Oh, he's got that fat roll. Because like there's characters that you see alive and then later see hollow. Like Crestfallen Warrior, Sigmire, Big Hat Logan, Laurentius. But there's no one else you see alive and then turn into a hollow when you go back. I don't know, maybe I'm talking through the maybe talking out my rear, but I don't know. Crash Shield. That's a good magic resistance, actually. Yeah, let's take the Crash Shield. In memory of Oscar of Astora. Oh, you didn't know about Sigmire? If you do Sigmire's story right, he will go hollow, but you'll never deal with him. I forgot that comes back. I forgot that they put the ball back up there. No, it's not. Did you not know who Sigmire is? You didn't know that Sigmire turns hollow. And now there's two guys here. Of course, while we're here, we can get the peculiar doll. Well, if you do Sigmire's storyline right, which I'm going to try and do, he'll turn hollow, and his daughter is the one who kills him. Thank you. Now let's go deal with that other Black Knight. Question is though, yeah, let's rest here. The question is, can we actually, will I be able to get to the end of Sigma's quest? So I usually mess up right near the end. Oh. You usually mess up somewhere around the end. It's kind of a pain. So I wonder who put the peculiar doll here, and whether the location of it has any relevance. Because, like, it's right where you start the game. And that's gotta mean something. Got greedy. Got greedy again. I feel like 90% of my deaths are gonna be because of that. Alright, let's go and deal with that guy. Greedy and overconfident was the problem. So after this, the next Black Knight will be in Darkroot, on the path to Darkroot Basin. Are there any Black Knights after that? I don't remember. There are the ones on the way to the kiln. I don't really count those because they respawn. Right, so I don't know if this guy was here last time when we were here. But the implication of the peculiar doll being there can be kind of interesting from a lore perspective. It's all silver after Darkroot. It's interesting. I think a bunch of the Black Knights are very high Titanite drops. The percentages. I really don't want to test my luck and try the Stray Demon. Yeah, with it being what gets you into the painted world. Like the peculiar doll being there, it's got to have some kind of significance. No, I'm not going to take on the Stray Demon yet. That thing does way too much damage, and I'm going to take damage from the fall anyway. I'm not taking that guy on yet. Of course, it is worth taking the guy on because it's one of the simplest Titanite slabs to get. Yeah, Priscilla being the crossbreed shouldn't exist. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting thoughts. Whether it means anything is up to the viewer, I guess. Up to the player. But yeah, leave the Stray Demon for later, probably. Although, since we're using the Black Knight sword, and that doesn't upgrade with a Titanite slab, don't know if I'll come back to it. You know, let's check the description. We'll find out. It's a key item. It should be. There was once an abomination that had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly and was eventually drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. Yeah. So if that doll did belong to Priscilla, it begs the question, why was it there, and why was it there after we left? Well, let's refill our Estus. What's that? A little under 800 souls to level up. You don't have to kill Priscilla, but it is something I usually do, just because I usually want the Life Hunt Scythe. There we go, that'll do. And let's do a Vitality this time. There probably is some kind of fan book if you're willing to look for them. Unofficial stuff, of course. But there is nothing like straight from developers saying anything concrete in pretty much any regard. No, it's not her tail weapon. Her tail weapon is actually a dagger. The Life Hunt Scythe is a weapon you get if you have a +10 spear or lightning spear or something like that, and combine it with her boss soul, the giant blacksmith can make you the Life Hunt Scythe. Which is a really neat weapon, has massive bleed potential, but is kind of risky because it also inflicts bleed on you. Like, every time you use it, your bleed meter will build up, which is why, if you're going to use it, you should equip the blood shield and also the blood bite ring. Yeah, the WoW lore books, like Blizzard, has done stuff like that for a long time. There's a load of interesting lore in pretty much everything to do. Like StarCraft has some really interesting lore. Diablo has some really cool lore. But as far as Dark Souls goes, there's very little actual information developers really give. And the information they do give could be a lie. It's like at one point... God, what is his name? Like the main guy behind it. I cannot remember his name. But I'm pretty sure it's like the same last name as the guy who is in charge of Studio Ghibli. He straight up said that... there was an item in the game that did... One of the starting items did something that nobody had discovered. And so people spent years trying to figure out what it was. And then eventually just said he was lying, and then it doesn't actually do anything. So let's try and make this not a suicide run. Thankfully the water isn't deep enough. That was uncomfortable. Thankfully the water isn't deep enough that we do need the rusted iron ring. The range on that is ridiculous. And we did get a bunch of transient curse. I was a little bit concerned that we wouldn't get any more. And so I'd have an issue coming down here later. Yeah, it's one of the starting gifts. I don't remember which starting gift it is, but like one of them doesn't actually do anything. Might as well grab the souls from these guys since we didn't die. Yeah, it might be the locket. Yeah, the ghosts can drop transient curse, but it's not a guaranteed drop. And I've had runs through the ruins before where they just weren't dropping them. So usually when I'm running through the New London ruins on my way to the Four Kings, I'll usually equip the covetous gold serpent ring just to try and boost the drop rate. But yeah, that went actually pretty well. I'm happy with that. And let's take a look at Griggs of Vinheim.
Well, this is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free.
You're right, I've been doing pretty well with
I shouldn't pry.
been getting some good drops.
Ricky of Vinheim.
Very happy with that.
I was once an established smith, but look at me now. Can you believe?
I don't know, you hear a bunch of stuff of
What is
like
it?
the LP curse,
Have you-
recording curse, streaming curse,
Oh, no.
that kind of thing.
Don't worry. I've no intention of escaping.
But it reminds me of
It's
back
safe
when I
here.
was playing Sympathy of the
better thought
Night
going
for
follow
the
up
Let's
there.
Play channel.
Although,
And I got some really interesting drops there that were really good. And I was really happy with it.
Your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in Vinheim.
Let's repair the equipment. Even repair the equipment that I'm not going to use anymore. And no, just sorcery stuff. Right, that's all good.
Keep your head on out there. You really helped break the monotony.
Well, see you, Griggs. I'll never speak to you again. You know, I've never actually gotten the symbol of avarice before. It's never dropped for me. But who knows, maybe you're right. But yeah, I remember, I don't remember specifically what it was, but Sympathy of the Night, during the recording, I got a load of really good drops that usually don't happen. I was very happy with it. Yeah, given the magic ember that I'll never get use out of. I bet I messed you up on repeat playthroughs when you didn't get it again. Alright, so Capra is next. Unless I go through Dark Room, which I usually do at this point. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to head to the... we're going to head to the bonfire outside Sen's Fortress. You know what, I'll speak to Sigmire, I've not done that yet. If I don't do that now, I'll forget. And then we'll probably call it a night for Dark Souls. We've got a lot done. Don't really want my capture card to overheat. Yeah, it is really surprising just how much difference New Game Plus is. Because the enemies will take so much more damage. You go into it with your endgame stats expecting to wipe the floor with everything at the beginning, and you do. You do wipe the floor with everything, but they also take more damage than you expect and deal more damage than you would expect. I never want to go through this area again, I hate it. In fact, actually, I should take that off while I remember, because it's going to be a while before we go through New London Ruins. There's nothing for us to get there yet. Well, there is, but I'd rather only do New London Ruins once. That's fair enough. Like I say, it is surprising just how much damage everything deals in the first New Game Plus, because you expect to run through it really easy, but everything does more damage than you think, and takes more damage. And you're not going to be boosting yourself that much more in New Game Plus. And by the end of New Game Plus, you're probably about as big as you're going to get.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed.
And then you've got to go through plus, up to plus 7.
I've run flat up against the wall.
At that point, that's entirely skill based.
The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited? So here I sit, in quite a pickle.
I did actually take out the Asylum Demon on my first run through New Game Plus. I think like the entire thing is because you... I think you do start with all your equipment, don't you? It was like I got the weapon from it that you get for killing it the first time you face it. Also, fun fact, this looks really cool. This whole the tree surrounding here. And even when you turn like that, it looks still pretty good. But then if you look down, you see the illusion shatters. You really love that Chaos Spyhander. I mean, I can't blame you, but you love that thing. Alright, I think we'll call it here. We got a lot done. Load of good stuff. We're in a good position for the continuation, which will probably be tomorrow. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow around the same time, and then after that, start setting up a weekly schedule for this. But yeah, it's been a good run. I've had a good run with Dark Souls tonight. Got a lot of stuff done. I want to thank everybody who joined for joining. I appreciate the company. Special thanks to Charlotte in the chat for sticking around through the whole way and shouting at me a bunch to pick up items that I had forgotten. But yeah, that will be it for tonight. This stream will be going up on YouTube. I've been recording the entire thing while I've been playing, so this will go up on YouTube. If anybody missed this stream or is only just tuning in. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good night and take care.